All right, here we go. For those of you who are online, jump on, say g'day. For those of you who are listening at any time of the day that you see this, hit the thumbs up button, hit the love, show me that you're around, that you know that you're enjoying this, that you're liking these live videos. I'm certainly loving creating them. So I want to talk about a pretty important topic today, something that is a new mantra of mine. It's something that I've been creating for the last 3 or 4 years, getting on to 3 or 4 years now. Is my philosophy in life nowadays is experiences, not things. I've gone from wanting to achieve a certain level in life in terms of financial gain, so I can buy things, build businesses, have nice homes, all that kind of stuff. I've moved away a lot from that idea to having more experiences and buying time. Okay, so my biggest pull is to buy my time back. So that's what I want to talk to you about today. I want to talk to you about 3 ways to create more time freedom, and I also want to give you an ugly truth that I think a lot of people are not talking about. I want to preface this whole live with the fact that social media is a powerful tool, and it can give off the impression that a lot of people are living a life that most would die for and scream out for. But when you pull behind the curtains, like lift the curtains up, it's not always the way. So that's one thing. Another thing is that we tend to judge people based on the life that they live now and the position they're in now in life, versus looking at how they actually got there. We forget the history that's behind it. If it's noisy at the moment and you're wondering why, I'm actually at Hang Time Trampoline Park. I'll see if I can just show you where I'm at. The kids are down there bouncing, and I'm up here in the cafe and doing a little bit of work. Okay, so again, I want to preface this as I'm not trying to impress anyone. I'm just merely saying that we have like moments like this where we're looking at someone, we desire their kind of life. People are talking about hustling and getting ahead and having passive income, all that kind of stuff. So that's all the things that I want to talk about today. I myself have bought this opportunity. So in a previous life, I was a real estate agent for nearly 15 years. I owned a business for 10 of those 15 years. I worked fucking hard to get to where I am now. I sold the business, I made a profit, I chose to get into coaching and mentoring, inspiring other people. I got into marketing and lead generation, online marketing, social media marketing, all that kind of stuff, and have acquired a number of really key clients now, which I'm working with every single day, this place being one of them. So the thing is that the life that I proclaim to live now, or that I project to live now, it has come at a cost. So they're the things that I want to talk about. Time freedom is a choice. If you want to buy time freedom, it comes with a choice, and choices come with consequences. So there's risks in everything that you do in life. So to me, I made the choice not to work very hard in terms of long hours. I was doing 80 hours a week, and now I don't do 80 hours a week. My lifestyle is conducive to how I want to live with my kids. Okay, my kids are around me all the time. They'll probably pop into this video at some point. I really desire to be to be with my children, to be the dad that they get to grow up with, that they can admire. So that's my philosophy, right? So whatever it is for you, I get all of that. But again, I want to make you understand that this is just a choice that you make. If you want this as the choice, choices come with consequences. If you don't want to choose this, that's fine. That's entirely up to you. However, that comes with consequences as well. So I deal with families and business owners all of the time that are senior to me. I'll be 40 next year. They've got their kids are all grown up, and they kind of wish they had the time with, school holidays or Saturday sport and things like that, which they missed out on. They chose to work. Now, I understand that in times gone by, we don't have the opportunities that we have now. So again, I preface all of this with, I get it, right? My parents always worked 2 jobs, always just battled for us. But we live at different times now. So you can be 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years of age, whatever, and you can still dominate. You can still get on the internet and make a fucking go of these things, right? And make a life for yourself. You can create time freedom. The thing for me is that I personally don't want to go to my deathbed with regret. I don't want to ever die wondering. Okay, so the thing that I live by now is like, intentions without actions leads to a life of regret. If you can pave the world with good intentions, if you don't do anything about it, then you're going to go to your rocking chair and you're going to go, fuck man, I wish I had taken those chances. I wish I had risked a little bit more, because it would have been totally worth it. Win, lose or draw, I would have been one of those people that had to go instead of sitting on the sidelines and actually not getting in the game. Hey Leonie, thanks for tuning in and stopping by. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get into this. Let me see if I can help you as much as I possibly can with my philosophies on this. Here's 3 ways to create time freedom. Number 1, become a sidepreneur. What does that mean? Most people have full-time jobs. If you're not already in a business or creating time freedom yourself, then you've got a full-time job, or you've got a part-time job, whatever that may be. You've got some employment that's providing you income. Become a sidepreneur. Start something on the side. That's how I started. I was running a full-time business in real estate. I wanted to get into this work. I did the training. I found some mentors and coaches. I went to courses, all that kind of stuff, and I started this on the side. I did this when I got home from work. I would work from, typically 9 o'clock in the morning to 6, 7, 8 at night. And then when I got home, I had the minimum quality time that I could possibly fit in with my wife and my young children at the time, or younger children, because I've got 3 young boys now. So whether I had 1, 2 or 3 kids at the time. And then when everyone went to bed, I stayed up on the computer and learned programs and products and procedures and how to upload web pages and create landing pages, automated email responders, all that kind of shit, right? So I did that till fucking 2, 3, 4 in the morning sometimes, most nights for about a 12, 13, 14, 15 month period. Then I made the decision to sell my business to get into this full time. It took me that time. When I got out of it, things weren't hunky-dory straight away. Like I didn't get into this industry and then kill it. Like it took some effort. I really needed to find my feet, get my marketing message right, and I needed to make sure that I myself was living congruent with my values. So number 1, start something on the side. Become a sidepreneur. I'm involved in network marketing businesses. I'm involved in buying and selling products online. I'm involved in, obviously, online marketing and consulting and all that kind of stuff. So there's a few things that I do which allow me to live the life that I want to live. Okay? So that's number 1. Whatever that is for you, go ahead and find it, search, research, and get into something. Number 2, understand 3 concepts, or 3 words rather, okay? Leverage, scale, and compounding. So in my old business, I had a business partner there who was what you call like a very boring investor. Very wise guy, always bought properties from a very young age, bought shares from a very young age, never sold anything, always reinvested. So it's kind of like a really boring way to do things, and it's very unexciting, all those kind of stuff. But as we got to sell the business and he got into retirement, because he was senior to me, he's now left with a passive income that is, 2 or 3 times most people's average income, okay? But all he did was pretty much like, leverage, right? He leveraged his money, so he bought investments that actually got a return. He scaled, so every time that he bought, say, like a couple of properties, or he had enough money surplus to borrow more money and then get another property or buy more shares, he did that. And then whatever money was coming in, he didn't spend it, he actually reinvested it back into paying down debt and back into buying more shares. As a result, he's now grown to retirement with a wealth in passive income that's coming in, and still an asset value that's going up in value. So for me, it's the same. I look at leveraging the internet So I can sell my products, my services and everything online. I use it leveraging Facebook and things like that from a marketing point of view. I look at scaling, so I look at how I can take one service, one product, one information, whatever, and sell that multiple times. Okay, and I look at compounding. So like everyone's raving on about Bitcoin. I'm in Bitcoin at the moment, but I've chosen a company to work with that I can then reinvest. So my Bitcoin is growing, and it's every time I earn some money off it, I then reinvest back into it and I get more and more dollars. I do the same with my business. I only pay myself a minimum wage and I reinvest everything back into the business. I reinvest into marketing, I reinvest into training, I reinvest into coming up with what I call digital assets. Yeah, one sec then, I'll come down. It's my boys wanting me to go jump. All right, so if you understand the words leverage, scale and compounding and add those into the dynamics of what you want to do to create time freedom, you'll understand that once this compounds over a period of time, you then buy back more hours in the day. You buy back life. Okay, so time is the currency of life, and that's something to me which is doesn't have it's an immeasurable value to me. Okay, number 3. If it doesn't bring you joy, then it won't last. So whatever you choose on the side, or if you're in a business at the moment that's not providing you time freedom, then perhaps it's time to question, perhaps is that business the right business for you? Or can you do things within that business that can make it create more time freedom for you? Okay, so to me, if it doesn't light you up, if it doesn't give you a buzz, it doesn't excite you, if it doesn't make sure that this really ignites the passion inside you, it just won't last. It'll be a fleeting experience and eventually you'll give it away because it's hard work, right? Which leads me to another thing. This is like a purpose formula. If you're struggling to think about like, what's my purpose? What's my passion? How do I do it? This is something that I come up with that I've ripped off a few people and made it my own. Okay, so here it is. When you combine your passion, your talents, so your gifts, that you've been innately given. So for me personally, like I've always been the chatterbox, the talker. I've always been someone who understands from an interpersonal skills point of view. Never academically smart, but always people smarts. Okay, so I've always been the teacher. I've always been, governed towards jobs or gravitated towards jobs that have allowed me to teach and to help other people. So that's sort of my strengths that I use there. So when I have my passions and my strengths that are congruent, this is the caveat here, that are congruent with your values and beliefs. So making sure that not only are you doing something you're passionate about, that you love doing, that's a part of your strengths, a part of your DNA makeup, it's actually congruent with your values. Do you value certain things in your life, and is that meeting those values? Is that actually lighting you up? Because when your values and your beliefs conflict with your passion and purpose, again, it starts to make things like uninspiring. It starts to collude your brain to say, I'm not good at this, but it's not. It's just a mismatch between what you're actually passionate about and what you value in life. I'll give you an example. So when you have a value which is, say, contribution, but then you've got a work environment or a job which is taking away all of your time and energy, and you're working 80 hours a week, it's actually conflicting with your value of contribution. You've got no time to contribute, so therefore that is the wrong fit. You need to find another business because your values will never be met. It'll lead to a life of unhappiness. So again, let me get back to this purpose formula. Passion and talents congruent with your values and beliefs, and I add with service to others. Passion and talents congruent with values and beliefs, which added to service to others. So if you're contributing to other people, to the world, if you're making a difference to the planet, that equals your purpose. I hope this is making sense. If it is, give me the thumbs up and let me know. I know I ramble on a lot within these live videos, but again, I want to get forward to a lot of people to say, like, if you desire certain things, then perhaps that there's certain things that are not in alignment within your life. They're not conducive to your values and your beliefs. And because of that reason, you're leading a life of suffering ultimately, because you're always playing a tug of war. So if that's something that is going on in your life at the moment, then I would definitely question certain things that are happening in your life and making sure that you can then push something on the side that can start to give you a bit more of a buzz. Okay, here's the ugly truth. A mentor of mine, his name's Kerwin Ray, I mentioned him yesterday, Brendan Burchard, okay? Brendan Burchard says, when opportunity knocks, it's work that answers. All right, I'll repeat that. When opportunity knocks, it's work that answers. All right, when I did a course with Brendan Burchard, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, he was all about just like do the work, right? Because you've got to understand it's always good to have intentions, it's always good to have goals and all that kind of stuff. However, it's something that like if you're not prepared to put in the work, the daily hours, if you're not prepared to do that, then it's just not going to work. It's not going to happen for you. And all the shit that you see online in terms of people living a life of, you know, luxury and sitting on the beach and all that kind of stuff, I've got to tell you, like most of it is bullshit, right? Most people have worked their fucking asses off to get to where they are, and if they're not, if they haven't done that in the past, they're still doing it to maintain it. You know, like there's no sort of equilibrium. You're either growing or you're dying, and there's no two ways about it. Once you reach the top of the mountain, you've got to fight to stay on the top of the mountain. So that I think is the ugly truth here. To me, like that's the ugly truth. You know, it's a case of like if you're not prepared to put in the work, then you're definitely gonna not succeed going forward with this. All right, so let me recap this video. 3 ways that you can create time freedom. 1, become a sidepreneur. Do something on the side. There is many multi-level marketing companies. There's like you can sell stuff online. There's Amazon, there's eBay, there's all sorts of stuff. The internet has provided a massive opportunity which can provide for this time freedom, buying back time. The next thing you can do, number 2, is understand 3 words: leverage, scale, compounding. Leverage your time and scale your business. So try and sell something or sell your services, your products or programs, whatever that may be, that can be scaled. It doesn't need multiple of you. It can just be one program, one product, one something that can be sold multiple times. Compounding. Start to reinvest your the money that you earn, start reinvesting it back into your business. Start growing in that sense. When you understand those 3 words, your business takes on a much different look and feel. Number 3, if it doesn't bring you joy, it won't last. That's just the bottom line. If your passion and purpose is not in alignment with your values and beliefs, it's a recipe for suffering. There's always going to be conflict within your life because you're going to be fighting fucking hard to reach the ladder of success, only to realize that it's leaning against the wrong fucking wall. So make sure that it's actually in alignment with the things that you want to do. Okay, I'm going to go now. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, then throw the thumbs up across the screen, or the loves, or whatever it is. Let me know that you've enjoyed this. If you have a friend that would really be served by this and is looking to create more time freedom, then share it with them. That would mean the world to me because I can reach more people with this message. Other than that, I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.